Alright guys, so today we're going to briefly go over packages, and I brought a special guest today to help me unpack that. If you have the Java for Dummies book, you should be in page 159, which covers packages in general. So Vlad is going to help us understand packages, and we're going to be following along the examples that the book has. So I'd recommend you guys read that first couple of pages and then you check out this video.
So when you have create a new project.
So we're going to use the example from the book. Do I need to know anything?
Currently, no. That's not important for you at the moment.
So we have the new folder. And what's next?
So yeah, you created the new project. By default, you're going to have the main class already set up for you with the main method.
It's right here?
Yep. Okay. As you can see, it's not currently within a package.
So this folder is not the same as a package.
No, that's just your project folder. Every file within your project is going to be located here.
Got it.
So that's your source folder. That's where your source code is.
The main method.
Main method is obviously where the Java compiler starts running the program from. Yeah. So you have your project. On top, within that is a source code folder. Within that is your main class file. Now, this lesson is teaching about what are packages, why do we use them. So if you have a program with multiple classes, which if you actually have a framework, you're probably going to have many classes within that framework. So you do need to have it within packages to organize it.
Right.
So that's why we're going to create a package.
And you said the importance of like packages is so that you have everything organized so that nobody comes in and messes up the code, right?
It's for reusability, it's for organization, for just avoiding, even sometimes you might want to put it within a package because you might have classes that have the same name, and you can't have two classes with the same name in one package, so you might want to separate that out.
So when you run the code, though, if they both have the same name, is there anything?
Oh, actually, I'm sorry, I'm wrong there. You can have two classes with the same name, but obviously that can cause some confusion.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. How do you run? Like, how do you even run it? Or is there anything in the code once you create the package that it will have like a certain ID number or something that you can distinguish them? Like does the computer, does the IDE do it automatically?
So
if it's not good practice, we can also
it's not good practice. You shouldn't really name your classes like duplicate names.
You've worked in actual, like you've actually coded before, so you've never seen that.
No, you don't usually do that. But that's like one, I guess, edge case of how that might happen. Is
that like a scenario that they will bring up in a job interview?
No.
Okay, so we don't even need to discuss that.
It's usually you're not just gonna have all of your code in one class. I know a lot of people in the beginning, when they do start out, they'll do it this way, where they'll just have everything in the main method and they'll just run the main method and that's it. That's fine, but over time you're going to want to start expanding things out, separating code into like the correct files that it needs to be in, based on what application you're doing. So to create the package, right, you're going to go to your SRC folder on top there.
Okay, so like this, we just open this.
Right click on SRC.
Okay.
New. Go to new. Package.
Okay.
And then here you just name it. It's going to be lowercase, so by default, so you just name it whatever you want.
Let's use the example in the book.
So
what
it's
word
com,
should we use?
C-O-M, dot,
Mm-hmm.
examples,
Mm-hmm.
dot, accounts. And then just hit enter.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
So that's the name of the package.
Package, yeah.
Okay.
Now, take the main method, drag it into that package. Yep. Refactor. See, it's examples, examples, accounts, and it'll.
Do I need to edit this or?
You do not. It's done.
And what is this doing? Is it like including the code in this
It's
package?
just moving that file within that package. That's all it's doing.
But it's not going to like mix it in.
No.
Okay.
No. Now, expand this.
This one?
The package, yeah. Right click on the package. Yep. New.
Mm-hmm.
Java class. And this example is using account. Capital A.
So for the other one we had to lowercase. This one we got to uppercase. Is there like a?
It's just because packages are lowercase by default, similar to how.
Okay, so it's
see
kind
the
of like
Git-
a technicality, like
It's just a thing in Java. Yeah. See how the Git ignore is lowercase, the src folder is lowercase. That's just how it's working.
But
Whereas
the class is capitalized.
yeah.
Okay.
Now within here, you put in your code. I think all it's doing is declaring two strings and a double. So it's string name, string address.
Okay, so string, the S has to be capital. String name, we're just declaring it. String address and double. You know what's interesting? Both string and string's gotta be the S has to be capitalized, but for a double you don't. I guess it's because one is a primitive and one is.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the case?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Balance. Cool. So we have declared it.
Address. Change address to 2Ds. Okay. Rename usages.
What? Why?
No. Why is it doing that? Okay, that's fine. All right. So
in this case, we're using the class just to declare those variables.
Yeah, and you could obviously do all of this within the main class, but the point of this lesson is to start to show you how you start separating code out into different classes.
Got it.
So obviously when you run the code, you do need the main class because that's where the main method is. That's where the code is start gonna running from. And even if you like hover over main, or click on main? Yeah, if you kind of like click on main, yeah, is gonna have this little. I just had it. One sec.
Where it says runnable class.
Yeah, it says runnable class.
But for account, it doesn't say that.
Yeah, so it's gonna go through when you run the file. It's gonna go through everything you have in the main method first, and then it's gonna go to account.
Okay, cool.
So obviously, if you run it now, it's not gonna do anything because you don't have like a printout statement here or anything. Well, the main method is by default. Right now, we're just trying to show you how to use packages. So within packages, you're gonna have many different classes usually. For example, here in this account Java class file, we have just some variables that are being declared. We haven't given them any values yet, so you still need the main class to start running it from.
Okay, and the book so far is not covering that.
Yeah, so if you're running now, let's see what's gonna happen.
So Java has a feature that lets you lump classes into groups. Each group of classes is called a package. So we went over that. The Java API defines about 4,500 classes. Each class belongs to one of about 220 packages. Okay. When you write an import like java.util.scanner, you're actually referring to a class named scanner, which belongs to the package named java.util. Interesting. So there are certain packages like scanners that are engraved in Java, where I don't need to define them or create them. Is that what the book is saying, or?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
So this part right here, this is actually a question I had. So in the last video, I actually went over scanners briefly, and I had shown like to people how, like, you know, this is not like this is an engraved Java class.
Sure.
This is like something that's already engraved in the program. So now this is saying packages can be lumped into bigger things called modules. Each package in the Java API belongs to one of about 7 different modules. So when you write the import statement java.util.scanner, you're referring to something in the class named scanner, which belongs to the package named java.util, which in turn belongs to the module named java.base. So what is that saying in essence? Like,
when you import, for example, scanner, you're referring to so when you do a printout for scanner, like, it'll show up with this syntax of import java.util.scanner. Util is the package it's in. Scanner is the name of the class. A module, once you start doing like automation, you might have, for example, like when we were studying automation, there might be 10 different websites that I'm trying to automate. My module is kind of like dedicated to each specific website. So I'll have like a Best Buy website, Apple.com module, Walmart module.
It's okay,
so the modules are kind of independent of each other, so they don't see each other. So when you run the test, you'll actually specify which module you're running.
Okay.
So because obviously, like, you can have login pages on multiple websites and stuff. Like, you don't want the things to get crossed between each other.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing all that info. If you were to summarize this mini lesson in one sentence, what do you want me and everybody else that's studying just packages or trying to understand the very, very basics of packages, what should we take home?
Packages just are meant to help you organize your program and make it a little bit more readable. You know, at the end of the day, that's its entire function for the most part.
All right, thank you for being here.
You're very welcome.
So that's pretty much it for today's video. Episode 4 is going to be on variables, escape sequence, and printout statements.